Right, well, I hope this thing is on. There we go. Okay, so I just put the link to the magic window there in the chat. Welcome aboard to Good Chats, everyone. Week 159. G'day, Noel. Yeah, I made the video work. I made the video and the microphone work. This is going well so far. G'day, Nico. Welcome aboard, mate. ACDT would have been okay, I guess. Heather, hello, welcome aboard, darling. Who else do we have on board? Spratty D, Graham Dory, you legend, welcome aboard, Graham. Lyle, welcome aboard. JK, Ree, David Simmons, and John Wayman, thanks for coming on board, folks. Yeah, what have you been up to? Welcome. I was going to put something in the magic window, like from my Oyen trip, because I've been working on the video the last couple of days. But I thought I would leave that open for everybody to, if they want, to jump in to into the control room on Video Ninja, and I've just put the link in the chat there about 6 chats ago. So yes, you too can be sitting in the chat room. You don't necessarily have to have sound if you haven't got all that stuff together, but let's start putting faces to names. Let's start putting people in the magic window. So I'm just going to leave it blank for now. What else is happening? That video was from the Van Couple. That's a short that they made, and I can show that in full later on. And that is about the only time you're probably going to see me on the Indian Pacific. I'm just not that rich enough yet. Getting there bit by bit. Abaddon, welcome aboard. Thank you for coming on board, sir. Or person, or yeah, they. Welcome to all the replayers as well. Max, John, you're here tonight, so welcome aboard. Hopefully you're going to help me talk about some photos in the slideshow coming up soon. I'll try not to make it take too long. G'day, History Hunter Dan Under. How you going, man? Welcome aboard. What is Good Chats? This is a live stream that I've been doing now for 159 weeks. And it's basically you're all my victims. I just testing out live streaming sound settings. You're all valued guests here on board this live stream. And I practice showing and telling and doing different things with live streams and media and stuff, as you would have seen from my channel. G'day Van Couple, welcome aboard. Thank you for coming on board. That's such a cool, funny video, that one, of the little model outdoors type riding the little Indian Pacific. G'day Bernard. Yeah, look, you probably haven't missed much, man. If you just look forward from here. We'll try not to look backward. Hey, at least now I remember to turn the mic on most of the time. Sitting here with a broken oh no, Dan, ouch. Did you like fall off a train track or something? Hopefully you didn't fall off a bridge or something like that. Yeah, you're right, Spratty. I think of a few better things to do with, cool 10 to 15 grand between the two of us. What did you try to get on, Heather? What are you trying to get on now? Where are we? Oh, there we go. There's Noel. I can copy that link, and I can go to here, and I can go to here, and I can go to here, and I can go to there. Now, let me see if... Oh, look, you're on full screen, Noel. Oh, Jesus. Let's fix that. There we go. Let's put Noel in the magic window. I haven't fully... I just realised just before I started, I haven't fully laid this out properly, so it's a bit rough. But you get it. Oh, okay. No, you should be able to log on there. Oh, no, there's only one. Why is it only one? So here we go, Heather. This is part of the fun of working this shit out. So, I've got your mic in my headphones, Noel, by the way, just so you know.
Hello, Heather.
Now, I'll copy the link back in.
I'm sorry.
And if you want to do it again... No, you're all good, Noel. I can hear you. The chat can't at the moment.
I've got about an 8 or 9 second delay.
Yeah, that's interesting. Enable director's
microphone. Yeah, but when I'm waving...
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. You would have a delay on the live stream because I've got a delay on the live stream. So if you're...
Well, it's YouTube. We'll blame YouTube.
Yeah, if you're watching the live stream back at the moment, there's always going to be a delay. You should probably watch... I can put in my feed as a window on Video Ninja, so you can watch that, and you'll be watching that live. So let me just fix that. Yep, I've got to start the virtual camera. That's right. There we go.
Yeah, because the audio I'm getting on the live feed is that delay.
Yeah, and live's always going to be delayed. But Video Ninja should be live. So if you listen to me only through Video Ninja and look at my video only through Video Ninja when you're a guest, that should be 100% live. Because I've got a little monitor over here to the side where I look at as well, and that's always got a 10-second delay on what I'm doing. That's just live streaming. Oh, so you can hear. Thank you.
That's what I see for me.
Thanks for the feedback. Yeah, so don't swear, Noel. Everybody can hear you. G'day, Luggy 111.
Oh, bugger. Sorry. You're supposed to hit the delete button.
That's all good. It's all good. So if I drop the link back in the chat again, try it again, Heather, and see how it goes. Because there's supposed to be room for, a whole bunch of people in there. So I don't really know what's going on there. Guests here, others. Yeah, that should be all good. See how you go. What else was I going to do on the show?
Well, Mike, kill me.
Yeah, go on.
Kill my feed and see how you go.
No, we're doing... Oh, well, no, it should fit in more than one person. I don't know what happened there. If anybody else wants to give it a go, there's the Video Ninja link in there, and you'd be really helping me out testing stuff. I want to get a couple of people on if I can, have that sort of chat thing going on. Yeah, here we are as always, just utter chaos. Just when I get something down pat, I'm trying something else. So what I've been up to and looking ahead, I've got we'll talk about upcoming videos. I'll do a bit of a preview of the upcoming. I was going to do a preview of that, but I haven't quite finished what I was going to do yet. So we'll do with that. That'll hopefully come out as a premiere about this time tomorrow night. I've got a slideshow from John Wayman and Frank Johnson coming up too. And John is here as well, and he's going to help me talk about it. It'd be really good, John, if you could come on camera too. That'd be excellent. Then that'd be a much easier way to talk about it. Here comes somebody. But I have no video yet. Oh, I have History Hunter Dan Under. We're going to have a panel chat going on soon. Hey, Dan. Good, man. And I have somebody on with just a blue screen at the moment. Got the camera off. So we might have to switch to panel chats in a minute. And now I've got a fourth one come up who's capturing their screen at the moment in Video Ninja. So this is all fun while we all work this out. Yeah, so we'll get to the slideshow in a minute. We'll talk about other channel stuff. I wanted to welcome new members as well. Travis R signed up during the week. Thanks, Alco Pro, for staying on board for a whole week. And Channel Has Been Deleted signed up to become a member of my channel. I don't know if anybody's ever seen that before, but yeah, Channel Has Been Deleted. So thanks for your $4. And I'm sorry that you didn't get to enjoy all the member stuff on my channel. Believe it or not, the memberships have already helped. You know, I'm getting that sort of extra few dollars a month now, an extra $30 odd a month, $35 odd a month now, and that's enabled me, plus the incentive to actually organise a trip, especially down to Mount Gambier in the new year, to make a couple of more videos that I've been looking to do for a really long time. Maybe that was you, Graham, with the blue screen. But hey, keep trying. See how we go. I'll bring Dan's screen up in a minute. So as we go through Jack's slides, I perhaps want to ask questions about those slides. There's some of them I'm not quite sure of the location on as well. And then I've got some pronunciations to talk about as well. Then we'll go into what I've been up to, bits like that, and then maybe we'll do a special look back at the Broken Hill video I've got coming up. Snap, Dan, snap. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to play this Broken Hill video just for a sec while I get some OBS settings correct. So, you've been down to Mount Gambier lately? Yeah, it's beautiful down there. G'day, Steve. Welcome aboard. Alrighty, now I wonder. Oh, that's where that sound's coming from. I've got Dan and Amber's short playing in the background. I'm wondering where all the chirping birds are coming from. Jeez, right, okay. Welcome to Outdoors Type, and welcome to Broken Hill. We're here at the Line of Load Miners Memorial. We're going to check out the old Broken Hill to Port Pirie railway lines. In 1875, the South Australian Railways built a narrow gauge line from Port Pirie to Gladstone, and this was extended to Coburn in 1888, and it was around this time that the mining boom began in earnest in Broken Hill. Broken Hill is closer to Port Pirie than Sydney, but the New South Wales colonial government wouldn't let the SAR extend their line beyond the border, and they weren't going to build a line there themselves. The solution was the Silverton Tramway Company, which connected Broken Hill with the SAR at Coburn. A new standard gauge line opened in 1970, with parts of this line on a much different alignment. The Adelaide to Port Augusta line was converted to standard gauge in 1982, and the junction was moved east to Crystal Brook. The main traffic these days is freight between the east and west, and along with plenty of minerals and ore. The only passenger service is the Indian Pacific. Look at me learning how all this is done. Broken Hill trail towards Silverton, where we come across the picnic train memorial site.
Like a pro.
I'm getting used to this now.
Time for masterclass.
South Wales government at the time didn't want to build a line all the way out to Broken Hill, so the Silverton Tramway Company was born and ferried goods and passengers between Broken Hill and Coburn on the border with South Australia. It started in 1887 and ended in 1969. There's really not a lot left out here. It's pretty remote, but definitely walk around the precinct, go for a bit of a drone flight, and show you what remains here in the heart of the outback. Stick around and enjoy. The reason I want to show this video too is because the book of the week this week is something I picked up on the weekend, and it's all about this line. Well, they don't call this Mad Max country for
I
nothing.
haven't got a book of the week.
Yeah, I think you probably saw me swallow a fly in that last shot if you look closely.
Oh, bloody hell.
How do you leave it? Oh, you would just leave the video ninja window. I don't know if you've got a shutdown button on that, and you can just leave and that'll just drop you out of it. Oh look, we got John Wayman in as well. This video's given me a bit of an opportunity to test this out. G'day Ron, welcome aboard. Thanks Noel for helping me out, man. Barossa Bean, welcome aboard. Luke's Fishing,
All my fault.
welcome aboard. Right, now let's get another guest on board. Broken Hill Crystal Street Station opened in 1919 when the railway opened to Menindee. It was still not connected to Sydney until 1927, and it had some interaction with the narrow gauge railway from South Australia, although the main station for that was still Sulphide Street, which we'll go check out in a minute. So I thought it was appropriate to show you a little bit around the area of the Crystal Street Station. Let's go. G'day Trevor, welcome aboard. G'day Dr. No No No. Right, let's go exploring the Sulphide Street Railway Museum. Oh yeah, sorry, I meant to turn monetization off because this video is going to ping me on it anyway, and I'm going to have to hand over all the cash to those guys. So yeah, sorry about that. I can't turn them off while I'm streaming, unfortunately. I don't think.
Oh dear, there goes our Christmas party.
Yeah, okay, it'll let me turn them off midstream, so hopefully that's got it sorted. So Graham, the Coburn line book by Lionel Noble, edited by his son Jeff, which is now at the Railway Museum. I'll talk about that a little bit later. You'll like that book.
Railway Museum and Museum Complex. Really interesting place to check out the history of the silk.
Here we go. So now we've got a panel chat going on. That video gave me the time to sort of just sort out what the hell was going on, and I've got 3 people in the chat now. We've got Noel there up top in Coffs Harbour. We've got Dan in the middle there. He's in Murwillumbah. And then we've got John Wayman, third in line down there from wherever John Wayman is from. Your mics are on, so hopefully you'll know what's happening there. We're going to go to this slideshow now.
Hi, Dan and John.
Hello, we go on.
We're going to go to this slideshow now, and these images were sent to me by John. I've been researching the Oyen to Pinaroo line. And incidentally, I put music in there. I will just turn the music off. Music would be more interesting if it was just me talking about these photos. And I picked up a bunch of photos from a site called Mildura Railway History, which is hosted by Victorian Model Railroad Society, and a gentleman by the name of Bruce McLean, who's, I guess, a Mr. Mildura by the sounds of things. He has some excellent historic images of all the stations along that line, and John sent me some as well. So this is the first image that I was sent, John, and I think it's one of yours, but it's got a Victorian Railways engine, but I can't tell where it is.
This is on the line from Oyen to Pinaroo.
So
the photos up on the tour that I.
Do you happen to know? Can you pinpoint it so I can perhaps put it into the narrative?
No, I don't have the tour notes for it.
No, that's all right. I can just put it in as a photo. That's fine. Slideshow. Let me just click onto that, and I'll get my slideshow controls going again. Which I've lost my slideshow controls. There it is. This one I'm thinking is at Lameroo. Looks an awful lot like Lameroo to me.
I think that one is Peak.
Is that Peak?
I think that's the big station building over there on the right.
Right. Okay.
Well,
yep.
Well, if you go and have, I sent you a photograph of Peak as well, and that's the same building as that.
Okay, we'll have a look at that. Yeah. Hey, Luke, we'll definitely have to catch up for a fish when you're down. Pretty local to South Paradam, although it's certainly, I remember the good old days. Where are we here? This is Buccleuch. Someone, please correct me on the pronunciation of that, please. I feel like I'm torturing it. Buccleuch or Buccleuch.
Actually got the name. There's actually a name board there in the shadow.
Yeah, there is, and you can zoom in on it, and it is Buccleuch, but I've got no idea how to pronounce that word. Barclay. Oh, here we go, and O'Malley's piped up now. Buccleuch. That doesn't sound right at all. I'll zoom right in for the folks playing at home, though. There we go. I don't know how you get Buccleuch out of that, but, there you go. All right, we'll just fit that back to the screen again. And we shall move on. Okay, not even going to take a guess at this one, John. What's this one?
This one is Pinaroo.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah.
Got a Victorian train and a South Australian train here at the same time.
Yeah, I'll just move that shot over so it's not hidden behind us. In fact, what I'll do is I'll just zoom all that down so we get the whole image in each time. Yes. More mustard pots. Bar clue. Okay. I'm glad I don't have to say it in the next video. Still more 835s, so I'm guessing this is Pinaroo with the two trains, Victorian and South Australian.
That's right.
What else have we got? This is, well, actually, I don't know. This is probably Pinaroo again.
Yes, Pinaroo.
Yep. More Pinaroo with some goods wagons in the background there. What's this crossing, John? This is an interesting one.
That's just a crossing on the line between Oyen and Pinaroo. So, yeah, I wish I had the notes on the tour. All the details of these photo stops are in the notes, but I don't have them.
Oh yeah, right. Okay, that's interesting. That's really interesting. They're excellent shots. Everyone's loving them. Pinaroo again. We're like, oh, I was thinking that too, Spratty. I'd like to think it was the border, but the border's got a bit more of a hill on it. And I've got some video of that crossing the border in the next video coming up. This looks a bit to me like a shed or a grain shed or something that's like way down the line from Pinaroo, John. Would that be right? Although there's a platform on the right there.
Yeah. Not sure.
Good point, JK. There was no safety gates or lights on that crossing, so you wonder whether or not the Mallee Highway, whether or not that was the Mallee Highway, in fact. Okay, so we come to some cool images of hay back when hay was very white. Let me know if you head out that way, Van Couple, because I could probably do a re-edit of the Tail and Bend to Pinaroo line by now. But this is a very ghostly white station. I'm wondering whether or not that was just a utilitarian thing, because white paint was really bloody cheap or something in bulk. And so they just painted literally everything white.
I think you're right on that, and I think in the area there were a lot of white stations at the time, so I think it was just what they did.
Just a bulk buy.
Yeah.
How stark is that compared to the red and orange station that you've got today? Lameroo on the weekend. Well, yeah. Well, look, Lameroo, Pinaroo is kind of a sort of a one-day trip from Adelaide. You can bust in and bust out pretty quick. I know these would have been the days, man. Train travel would have been the way to go. Air conditioned, comfortable. Even into the 90s, driving your manual car with manual steering or whatever got a bit tiring after a while. Although cars these days, you just put them on cruise control and they've got lane assist and they've got, adaptive cruise and, they just kind of do everything for you, really.
No, the air conditioning in those days on those trains was just open the window.
Oh, right, okay. Well, that would have been a bit hot then, I reckon. If it moves, oil it. If not, paint it. I think we're moving into Griffith, images of Griffith now, because you've sent me some of them too, Jack. Narrandera, that's what it is.
That's Narrandera. Yep, that's Narrandera.
That's defo Narrandera.
Yeah, that's with the sign up for the Griffith train. Yep.
Oh, now this one's got a bar.
Yeah, well, all the refreshment rooms had a bar.
All right. Noel would probably remember this as well. That one's weathered a little bit from being so white.
I can't remember any of it. No.
Spent too much time in the bar. Stop it in the Mallee Highway to adjust your ignition points.
Generally, the refreshment rooms are two areas: the bar, the licensed premises, and the non-licensed part.
Oh, right. Okay. Yep. This is somewhere in the deep mists of the future. There is a refreshment room project just kind of milling around in my head. So
Yeah, we all remember railway coffee, railway fruitcake, and the bin.
The bin. Why do we remember the
Railway
bin?
meat pies.
And the beer.
And
The beer.
in
Sorry.
the morning.
Was the beer good, or do you remember it because it was bad? Griffith here looks a bit more utilitarian. We've done away with the white paint scheme.
The
there.
overnight trains, you wake up with a cup of tea and a biscuit.
Yeah, right. Things were much more civilized back then, I'd imagine.
It was very hot.
Well, if you don't have any air conditioning, that would be a bit crap out there around Hay.
Yeah.
Not to mention the bloody flies.
Yeah, we headed straight from the platform over to the pub, had a meal, and I think it was a licensed club, the bowling club.
Yeah.
The RSL, I'm not sure.
If you're talking Hay, I think we were there. I was there the other week. I think it's the RSL, yeah, or the bowl, yeah, the RSL.
Yeah, and we left our bags with our cameras in on the platform, and they were there, so the station staff looked after them and didn't get stolen or anything.
That's really cool. Okay, now I think we've been transformed back to somewhere now, and I'm gonna have to zoom in on that one. Okay, it's yes. Yeah, sorry we've just jumped around back there, but to be honest, like ordering all of these photos into an order out of the sort of alphabetical order I generally put them in. It's just too hard for the live stream. So here we are in Lameroo. That is a rather rough looking station building there. The station office sort of behind that platform is still there though. And I'll just transition and change the focus of that video there, but there it is, it's still there. We are in Murrayville now, and I will zoom these photos down again so I can fit the whole lot into the side screen there. So we're in Murrayville now. What trip was this, John? Do you know which trip it was?
This was one trip. I can't find the details because there was a part of it beforehand. I think we basically bought a train. I think we got an extension of the Swan Hill. I think from Swan Hill to the end of that line, which might be Wollongong, on Victorian Railways rail motor. Then we caught a bus across to Oyen, and then from Oyen to Pinaroo on the Victorian train, 2 carriages, and then from Oyen to Salem Bend, it was on the South Australian train. I'm not sure, probably the other one back home.
Yeah, right. So all the way across from Oyen across to Tailem Bend, yeah, and that would have been a Victorian train and a South Australian train.
Yep. Yeah,
G'day.
The Rail Tourist Association.
Yeah, right. G'day, Anthony. Welcome aboard. Thank you for coming on board. Just glitched out a little bit there, but hopefully the stream health is looking pretty good, so things should be holding together. Here's the front of the train at Murrayville. Here's the photo that I like the most, though, is the photo with all the people. I'm always been a bit more of a sort of, interested in some ways in the people in the images than just the trains in the images. And, you get the sense of the fashion for the time. And it gives a sense of scale to everything as well. I really like this image. There's some really good images here. John, thanks for sharing them.
Glad you enjoyed them.
Because, I've travelled the Mallee Highway a lot, and let's be honest, it's not a tourist hotspot, right? So, but a lot more used to happen out there.
Even the lack of OH&S too would be good too. Just if people in shorts and all that.
Yeah, exactly right, Dan. So this is the Peak Station building, and now we've finally made it around to that. And I think you're right, John. So that's really interesting, because I'd obviously never seen a train at Peak Station. So I could have if I'd been quick enough, but 2015 was the last opportunity for that.
Peak Station buildings in Old Salem Town.
Yes, it is too. Yes, and it's not in very good nick. That, I think, is Pinaroo, isn't it? Yeah, it is. It's got a little Pinaroo side hiding there. And now we are at the good old famous Tailem Bend station. Certainly very contemplative, Anthony, that's for sure. You got a lot of time to think about just how many... You know what I was thinking as I was coming back on the Mallee Highway, or the Hay? I was thinking it's about 12 right-hand turns between Hay and my suburb in Adelaide. And then I was thinking, it's about 8 sets of traffic lights. That's the kind of time you have when you're on driving the Hay Plains. So here we are at Hay Station. And now Frank Johnson sent this to me. He has piped up on email, and he has sent me some pics. He is from around southern New South Wales, and he kind of chimed in on my channel from the Junee video. And I thought this was interesting enough to show. This is the railway at Hay railway station. If you zoom right in, it's stamped as an 1881 rail. So that would make, I'm presuming that would make that piece of rail, what's that, 119, 123 years old, which is not bad, man. Not bad. Whether or not it's the original rail that was at the Hay railway station, I'm pretty sure they probably wouldn't have been running trains on 1881 rail. But they must have just found it somewhere. But it's certainly there now. And so we're getting now down to Frank Johnson's images. A former engineer. He'd written some articles for the ARHS as well. John seems to know everybody in the game, so you probably come across him before. And if you're interested in some of the information that I got from him, John, I'm happy to share that via email as well. 144 years old, man. That's crazy. That is in, like,
Okay.
yeah.
I think the 1881.
Yeah, go on, Dan.
I think the 1881 is a type of steel.
Ah, okay. Cumberland Steel 1881. See?
I think it's a type of steel.
Yeah, okay. Everyone go look that up. That's really damn interesting. Whoops, we've lost John. He's fallen off the edge of the planet. That's okay. If he jumps back on again, we'll add him back in. But we've moved on from John's photos, and if you're still out there on the stream, John, thanks heaps for sending those images through. Feel free to jump back on again, mate, if you like. But that was awesome. Thank you. And I'll be using some of those images in the video coming up with John's kind permission. So a couple of more images from Frank of around Hay. Now we have Hay railway station in its current colours, I guess you could say, and we've seen that. So, you know, thanks for sending those through. And now we're back to the beginning again. Right, well, I got the panel thing going on here now, so let's just keep that rocking on. So things I was going to talk about. I did a post. You might have noticed I'm doing a lot more posts on Facebook and Instagram and on YouTube now. And I came across a photo in my photo reel on my phone. It's the only photo that I took of a train at Corindi. And if people know Corindi, if people know Corindi, it's pretty bloody hard to miss a train at that place. But I had driven for 2 days straight, and you should see it. Head on over to Facebook to see literally the only photo of a train I got standing on Corindi railway station. And you'll understand why I do videos and not social media so much, or photography so much, because sometimes I just can't be bothered. Sometimes I want to keep some experiences out there just for myself, and actually just stand there and take it in and understand it and experience it, the sound and the visuals and all of that going on, and just be in that moment. And I think also that really helps ground things as well and ground the rest of my practice. So y'all know that I'm not just filming like every freaking thing that I see, right? I'm kind of just, you know, getting the good bits, right? So yeah, also I went to the book launch for the Coburn line book, which is a collection of stories by Lionel Noble, who was an engineman for 50 years on the narrow gauge Coburn line from Peterborough to Broken Hill. And so his son launched the book that he put together down at the National Railway Museum, incidentally next to one of the engines that Lionel had driven. This was important to me because the Lionel Noble collection is available online, and he's got hundreds and hundreds of images, thousands of images of South Australian railways, particularly at the northern areas. And Jeff was one of the first people I ever actually emailed to seek permission to use images in my videos. And so the book by Jeff has a lot of those images, which sort of hark back to some of the original images that I sought permission to use and was kindly given permission to use like 4 years ago, right? I've got a bit of a start on the book, even though I picked it up on Saturday. I've gotten through the prefaces and everything, and I'm looking forward to reading this. It's looking like it's going to be a really easy read as well, because similar to the way I think, it's in geographical order along the line, and thus it avoids the trap of some authors where they tend to jump around way too much and I just get confused and stop reading. So it'd be really good to just follow this from Peterborough station by station up the line up to Broken Hill, and I'll give you a full review in next week's episode. So that's book of the week out of the way now too. I have booked the trip to Mount Gambier. I'm going to go down to have a look at the Glencoe line, because that is one of the last lines in South Australia that I have to cover. In fact, it's probably the third to last line that I haven't covered in South Australia. It's a very short line. And so while I'm down there, I know I said in 2026 I don't know what I'm going to do with the live stream, but it just turns out that on the first live stream of 2026 on 6th of January, I'll be going live from Mount Gambier Railway Lands. So it's coming to that time of year again. I'm always looking outside here at 8:15, and it's coming to that time of year where it'll actually be light at 8:15 here in South Australia, and we'll be able to start doing some good chats live in the great outdoors for a change. G'day Heather. Graham, the book was $25 on the day of the launch, and I presume it's $25 as well. And the NRM bookshop does stuff online now, so yeah, welcome back Heather. That also means that I had Portland on my list. I was going to do a video of the railways around Portland down in southern Victoria, but I'm going to have to push that off. The membership monies have sort of, and the advertising money that I'm sort of getting now has just been enough to just cover this Mount Gambier trip for a couple of days, and so I'm just going to have to call my jets on crossing the border and doing Portland, because if I do it, that's not a place I've been to before, and I'm going to need to spend a couple of days at least. I just can't just drop in and just do a video on it in the afternoon, right? So yeah, if I do it, I want to do it properly. So I'll be focusing also a little bit more back on Adelaide and South Australia for the next couple of months, as I said last week, to build the resources back up. And so, yeah, I've got the video on the web of railway lines around Port Adelaide coming up. I started the preliminary research, reaching out to more research sources and dragging in as much information as I can at the moment for that one. Because the Oyen to Pinaroo line is the last of the series of road trip videos, and I'm going to miss them. It's been fun, and it's gotten to a bit of a formula now, and you'll be able to tell in this Oyen to Pinaroo video that I'm a little bit over it and a little bit just starting to have some fun with it. Interesting this week too, though, after all of those videos, I've come to the point where I've realised I've just about run out of space, and I've had to make some decisions. Do I spend $268 or whatever on a new hard drive, or do I make the hard decisions and just start literally deleting some of the oldest resources that I've got? And so a kind of a refreshing hard drive, I guess you could say, where I've gone back to the videos that I made 3 years ago, and believe it or not, I kept all the source files for these videos. And I haven't used them at all in 36 months. So it's I'll keep some of them, the important ones, but most of them it's time to go. So yeah, I can make the most of the space for the next few months worth of videos at least. Yeah, I know, Ron, but it just gets to the point where at the hard drives and the videos, I've got 8 terabytes worth of storage, and I was maxing that out. At what point do I start recycling? But then at the end of the day, what will happen is I will still have some source material from years ago, but it'll be further curated by the future me, and I will have decided what should be kept and what shouldn't be. And that's the thing, my practice has changed over the years as well, and it's improved considerably. But no, Ron does make a fair point. We wouldn't have John's images if he hadn't kept them in his slide boxes. What else? There's this interesting story out in the Mallee of a railway accident out at Merla. Another one where the engine driver and fireman were killed. I did a video on that some time ago, very early in the piece actually, of an old accident that happened out near Kapunda. I'd be interested in revisiting that kind of storytelling, talking about a historical event rather than the sort of show and tell that sort of I'm doing. I've got heaps of historic images for Radium Hill as well, and that's another project that's been rattling around in my head for a while. It's impossible to get to the site of Radium Hill these days, but I will reach out to some research sources, including people who were born there and aren't allowed to go there anymore, and hopefully I can get some more information in order to tell a story about that. So that is about it, folks. We're at 9:05. I've made this go for 40 minutes, believe it or not. Now, let me take a minute just to figure out where I'm at with all these programs. I don't know why. Oh, okay, that's weird. See, Dan would know, doing a live stream, you can get very easily thrown. So I've got one screen over here, which is monitoring in live.
Oh, mate, yes.
And then I've got
yes.
another screen up here, which just totally freaked me out because it was running about 20 minutes behind. And I'm like, what the hell have I done wrong now? But no, it turns out that I haven't done anything wrong. So, yeah. You're down at the Malang Model Railway Expo. Oh, hopefully you guys are displaying Penny's Hill down there. That would be really cool. It is time for me to change the sign and change the signal. Noel, thank you for coming on board. Dan, thanks heaps for coming on board.
Yeah.
I had four people on the stream tonight.
Woo, yay!
So we are improving bit by bit. How did you do that wrist, Dan? Tell us how you
Fell
did
down
that.
fell down the front stairs.
Oh,
I came home from a long day at work, so.
Oh, Dan Andrews style, man. Dan Andrews style. All right.
Yep, it could have been. I could have been out exploring and done it because it would have been better. But yeah.
Hopefully you get better soon, mate. And thank you again for joining us. I'm going to go back to the main screen. I'll see you next week, maybe, man.
Yep. All right, man. Cheers.
Cheers. Keep an eye out for Dan's videos. He was out there exploring with me on the Mawilumbar line. And he was getting a heap of good video out there. And he's got a real knack for storytelling and just rambling out words. Sometimes it's sometimes a lot. I think it comes a bit easier for him than me. So, yeah. All right. Bye, O'Malley. They were good photos. They were good chats. This has been good chats for another week 159. Thank you to everybody for coming on board. Thanks to Noel and John and Dan and Graham. You tried for helping me out. These things are always fun and always a bit chaotic. I'm looking forward to doing this sort of as per normal for the next 4 weeks, but it's worth remembering that Good Chats is going to be on Christmas Eve, New Year's Eve, and then we're going to do the Mount Gambier Railway Lands. So there are some super exciting Good Chats coming up. It's always a real pleasure to have everybody on board. There's just so many people on board these days that I can't thank you enough, but I want to have make a special thank you to all the members like you guys, Dan and Amber. Always appreciate it. And let's see what happens this weekend and whether or not I go roaming down to this model railway show. Thanks everybody for joining me. We do this every Wednesday night at 8:15 until about now. See you next week.